Okay, welcome everyone to another wonderful episode here at Doctors of Podiatry. So we have a patient that has presented to our office primarily with one main chief complaint, and that is the right second toenail plate. Okay, so the problem here is the length. The patient has a Morton's toe. As everyone can see, it's definitely a whole lot longer than all the other toes. The toe is actually bumping up against the front part of the shoe, just to be very specific. So Caesar, so this is the shoe, and of course, you guys can actually see around here, there's a little bit of a bump, an indentation. And that's where the second toe is actually pushing up against the front part of the shoe, which in turn has caused the tip of the toe to do this so many times. Look at the toe. There's a flexible, what we call a flexible mallet toe deformity, as a result of the length of the toe hitting the front part of the shoe, which in turn has essentially demolished the nail. And not only is it curving downwards, but it's actually also sideways. Yep. And we're gonna go ahead and take the liberty, to trim some of these toenails as well. We're not gonna be grinding these nails, not really necessary. They're actually pretty brittle also. But a lot of people battle these Morton's toes, right? The long toes. Yeah, you can talk. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay.
If you want to tell your story a little bit, you can. I mean, how long have you been battling this problem for?
I noticed it probably months ago, just a few months ago.
But you did feel...
And because of the COVID, I hesitated getting the pedicure. I used to go once a month for a pedicure. And I realized that I should have my toes looked at by a professional. I'm at that age when I need to have my feet checked out just for baseline.
I'm listening.
And I didn't have confidence in the woman who does my pedicures to cut that particular nail.
Sorry. There we go. This nail's really, really... It's gonna feel a whole lot better. There we go. As everyone can see, a lot of adaptation. You see that, Caesar?
Yes.
Remove this carefully here. There we go.
Better.
I agree. Let's trim a little bit more. And a little bit more. I'd like to really take it back just to make sure that the nail doesn't hit the front part of the shoe anymore, right? Let's take a little bit of this side as well here. Just move that little nail fold there. Everyone can see there how it has adapted. Just got a little bit more this way. Very carefully. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This one's pretty thick here. Look at this. Yeah, this is like connective tissue in here.
When I do go for those pedicures, she usually cleans all that out.
Yeah.
She always shows me what she's doing.
Being very careful. Let's go ahead and take care of the left foot here. Same thing, a lot of this. Subungual debris.
Occasionally I get an ingrown toenail.
Here?
There or on the other side, on the other foot, on one side or the other. But I will take a little piece of cotton, twist it.
Good idea.
And tuck it under, and I do that for a day or two and I'm fine.
I'm just trying to carefully get in here. Caesar, watch your hair. A lot of people have noticed that I am ambidextrous.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and that's
You
a good
speak
thing.
beautiful Spanish. What's your first language?
I was born and raised in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Oh, interesting. Very nice. Wow, what's going on there now? Is that good?
I know.
Storms.
With a last name Wagner, you'd never know.
Never know. When did you come to the States?
When I was 17.
Oh, interesting. And you came here to Broward?
I actually went to New York
New York.
for undergrad.
Oh, you started school?
Yep.
You came by yourself? You came with your family?
No, I came by myself.
Good for you. Where'd you go to school? I'm from New York originally.
I went to Hofstra University.
I know Hofstra. Out on the island?
Yeah, that's kind of like the
Out
joke.
on the island or?
Yep.
Yeah. Queens. And then you stayed. Did you go to podiatry school in New York?
Down here.
Down here?
Yep.
Where's the podiatry?
In Miami here.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
My cousin, crazy enough as it seems, his last name is Scholl, S-C-H-O-L-L, and he became a podiatrist.
Oh, I like using, for this, the 15 blade works really well. Just kind of like that, we can get underneath. See that? Trying to get this front part here. There we go. Dr. Wagner, why aren't you using a blade handle? Sometimes I use it.
Sometimes.
Sometimes
Ask that question.
just because I have a lot of control over the blade. Sometimes
Mhm.
closer to the foot, actually. In this case, the toe. So everything looks great.
Is this considered a surgery or a nail clipping?
No, just a simple.
Clipping. So you do hammer toes, you shorten toes?
We do, absolutely. We shorten toes, we lengthen toes.
Am I too old for this? Or
Too young?
Too old. Am I too old to have my toe done?
Not
No.
at all.
No.
Not at all.
So what, you take an inch, a half an inch? You,
So in this,
Shorten
what
the
what the
joint?
patient is actually saying is, you know, the reason why the patient is here today is because of the painful, ugly toenail of the right second toe. Is that correct? Right?
Not as much painful as just knowing that something's not right because the toe is twisting around. And
So yeah, so Dr. Wagner, how do we fix the problem?
I don't know what's the problem.
And what the patient is basically saying is, if the patient has a Morton's toe, long second toe in this case, how do we prevent this from reoccurring? And the answer is yes, to shorten the toe a little bit, to bring it back to its normal anatomical position, the rainbow, the parabola.
Yes.
And a lot of people, just to put it out there, a lot of people battle this problem, whether it's something functional or something
Yeah.
aesthetic. So
Yes.
that's how we basically address the issue. Shorten the toe a little bit.
The toe.
Okay.
It's a big surgery.
No, we use our minimally invasive techniques to accomplish the desired final clinical outcome through one tiny little keyhole incision.
And off my feet for 2 weeks.
Nope, you walk in, walk out, local anesthesia. Patient is awake, office-based surgical suite, no pins, screws, or plates. First time I ever say that. Can't you tell?
Whoa. All right, so you've seen a lot of hammer toes. Yes.
Lots of them.
I'll have
We-
to think about that.
I think that's absolutely, and we can definitely talk more a little bit about that. Right, Caesar?
Definitely.
Caesar the Great. We will continue to do what we do. We're going to continue to educate the world that these clinical presentations do exist. I think this is a really great video for a lot of great reasons. We learn something every day. The Morton's, the infamous, not the notorious, the infamous Morton's toe. As always, have a wonderful day, everyone.